All right. Welcome back. Good morning, evening, good night, wherever it is where you are. I'm Sterling Daniels, and I'm here with,
Claudia.
and we are doing ESLcomics.com, where you practice English by reading comic books. And today we have a comic book again, written by myself. And this time the artist is Faith Schaefer. And I think it's interesting because Faith Schaefer was a friend of mine. I said, "Hey, do you know any artists?" And a friend of mine said, "Oh, hire this new art student, Faith Schaefer. She has gone on to do artwork for TV shows. I've seen some of these TV shows on Netflix, and it's pretty interesting." So you've taken a look at this, and I asked you to just look at it without giving it a full read and tell me what you think it's about. What do you think it's about?
I think about it is her wife and husband,
Okay.
and I think they look for something and they go somewhere for something. I don't know.
So they're traveling.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Do you think it's a long journey or a short journey?
I think it's a lot. It's a long.
Okay. What things do you see? Point to some things that you think are interesting. What pictures do you think are most interesting?
There's one I think in the middle.
In the middle. Well, let me explain the top picture you see from the side. We have a covered wagon. And in the middle picture, where do you think they're going?
I don't know. I see like It is what is I don't
Two
know.
people.
Yeah,
And so this white is the top of the covered wagon. And then here, where do you think they're going?
they go somewhere. I don't know where.
What does that look like?
Like like city. I think
Yeah,
so.
like a small town.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna fill you in. Have you ever seen Western movies?
No.
You haven't seen like the old cowboy movies?
Sometimes, not too much.
The towns look a lot like this.
Like Texas.
Yes, very small town, not a lot of trees, a lot of flat land, a lot of sky. You're meant to see this as a Western. As soon as you see the first page, you see the horses and the ponies, you see the hat, you see the guy drinking out of the jug. This is something you see in a Western.
Okay.
All right, do you like Westerns?
Yeah.
You don't have to say yes if you don't. Okay, let's go in. So, first picture, we see a covered wagon, but instead of a horse, you see a short little pony pulling the wagon. In fact, it's two
What is
ponies.
funny?
A pony is like a small horse.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you see a couple. A dwarf pilgrim family is traveling by covered wagon. Any questions?
No.
Do you know what a dwarf is? Okay, so you ever see in fairy tales like Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit?
No.
Oh my goodness. Okay. In fairy tales, in European fairy tales, there's a race of people called dwarves. In real life, there are people who are not as tall as everyone else. We say little people. It's not
Oh.
polite to say dwarf today to real little people, but in fairy tales, they're called dwarves. And
Okay.
a lot of times they have beards, and they're known for having gold. Okay, so keep that in mind. So a dwarf pilgrim family is traveling by covered wagon. So you see the covered wagon here. And then this picture here, you see people maybe drinking. So they're probably not drinking in the wagon. That's somewhere else. I'll have you be the female dwarf. I'll be the male.
Okay. Their guys look.
These
These guys look really dangerous.
dangerous.
I don't think
I think. Oh, these guys
these guys look really dangerous.
dangerous.
Dangerous. I don't think we should stop here.
Good. Should.
Should.
I know, but the ponies need water.
I don't like that.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. This town need a woman's touch.
Yes. Make sure you're saying the S. Needs.
Needs.
Yes, this town needs a woman's touch.
This town needs a woman's touch.
It's not so much a town as a den of human ruffians. Okay, what do you think that means? It needs a woman's touch.
like they make everything clean and everything
Right.
look like fine.
Right. So the town is really dirty. Maybe a woman can clean it up. It's a little sexist, maybe, but
Yeah.
guys can be clean too. But the expression is a woman's touch.
Mm.
And it says ruffians. These are human ruffians. What do you think ruffians are?
Like angry, like look like
Yeah.
bad boys or like
Yeah,
that.
rough. They're really rough and tough. Yeah, ready to fight. There's a church up ahead. We'll be safe there. They go to the church. Hello? Is anyone there? Yes, my children. Hello, Father. We are traveling on our way to the town of Prosper. So that's the name of the town. That's a long way from here, Pilgrim. Yes, we could use shelter for the night. These doors are open to you, my children. So he calls the father calls them pilgrims. What's a pilgrim?
Like I know Spanish, but there's like peregrino, so
Okay.
it's the same.
Okay. So I guess to me a pilgrim is someone traveling on a special mission.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to ask you to summarize what has happened so far. Tell me in English, then I'm going to ask you to tell me in Spanish.
Okay. They travel with they do a long travel with some city. So when they stay there, they look like men, like ruffians, like angry, you say ready to fight him,
Yes.
and they scare, and they look the Syrian is like dirty, and she say they wanna a like woman's touch, like.
Okay. So then we
And after that, they see the church and they go to the church, and 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 he touched the door, and this woman answer, and she say yes, children, and he told what happened in his washroom, and he told this man he do the trouble it is alone, and he told him the doors are open for him and her and him house and him wife. La historia comienza con una pareja de esposos que van a hacer un viaje largo a un pueblo como un pueblo del oeste o del este, él decía eso. Ellos llegan al pueblo y el pueblo luce un poco desorganizado, y la esposa del hombre dice que no le gusta ese lugar porque esos hombres parecen como si fueran unas personas rufianas, como hombres que como malos, se miran como enojados, como gruñones. Y entonces ellos después miran que hay una iglesia cerca y ellos dicen, podemos ir a esa iglesia para estar seguros. Luego ellos tocan a la puerta de la iglesia y responde una señora y les dice que ellos le explican cuál es la situación. Luego ven al padre de la iglesia y le explicaron que venían de un viaje largo y que no tenían dónde quedarse. Entonces él les dijo que las puertas estaban abiertas para que ellos pudieran quedarse ahí.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's continue. And notice the size difference. So this is when I say little people. So
Yeah.
they may be much smaller, a few feet smaller. Let me tell you that the road to prosper is not easy. There is a high road and a low road.
Which is better, Father?
There is the high road, which takes twice as long, and it's full of kobolds and trolls. So these are kind of monsters.
Okay.
There is the low road through the forest, plagued with cutthroat bandits.
Oh my God. Oh, there.
Okay, so do you know what bandits are, right?
Yeah.
And cutthroats, like they will cut your throat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but this is a rough territory. People came for gold, and the gold is nearly gone. Let me say that again. I'm sorry, but this is a rough territory. People came for the gold, and the gold is nearly gone. Only the most despicable remain. Only the most despicable remain. Do you know what this is? Despicable?
No, despicable. No.
Uh, these people, they don't care about morals. They don't care about laws. They really, really despicable, or the really worst people, really bad people.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Even passing through this mining town is dangerous. And you see the dangerous people there.
Yeah. Okay. Then you are saying it's hopeless.
Do it again, please. Hopeless.
Then you are saying it's hopeless.
Saying.
Saying.
Then you are saying it's hopeless?
Then you are saying it's hopeless?
Yeah, so it's a question, so your voice goes up at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think a lot of people would understand that in Spanish, though. Like, even in Spanish, when you're asking a question, your voice goes up at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, then you're saying it's hopeless? There are always those who represent hope. There are always those who represent hope. There is one other such person as tough as these criminals with a kind heart. Wait here as long as you need, and I will send word for her.
Her?
Good. They wait 2 days. And what's happening here?
I think he giving water to the horse.
Yeah, water and food to the horses, so that while they're waiting.
They're ready for go. I think so.
Look, strangers keep watching. I think this town of bandits knows there are helpless strangers among them. It is no longer safe for you here. I think you're right. In the end, we are alone.
Who say?
Who says? Yeah. The guide arrives. So this is like the hero of the story. And imagine there be some music.
Yeah.
A dwarf family, huh? I'll take you to prosper. Thank you kindly, ma'am, for pay and meals. And this guy's watching. You're dwarves. Bandits will assume you're traveling with gold. They will try to take it. That's a guarantee. I expect to be paid for the dangers ahead. Do you understand this word, guarantee?
Yeah, like when you buy something and you put like it is like and you pay extra and because maybe this thing is broken or something like that, they refund to you.
Right.
If you pay for.
It's like a promise. It's like a promise. So you see the bad guys whispering to each other.
Yeah. Of course.
Okay. The pilgrims begin to travel, but they are being followed. So those guys are very interested. Okay. Tell me what's happened so far. Well, do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Okay. So
this the father talking to Dan and he told this city is so bad because it is a lot of bad boys. It is like I forgot the word. Dangerous? No.
We said bandits.
Bandits.
And we said cutthroats.
Cutthroat. We
said only the most despicable. We call them despicable.
Despicable guys,
mm-hmm.
And they don't like they don't respect like nothing.
Right.
They are so bad and they scared because they think something happened when then I think so.
Right. And so he decided they
decide to go 2 days after and they ready for go and they give him like food and they make ready the horse and everything.
But who were they waiting for? They're waiting for someone to take them.
Oh, I don't remember him name.
No name yet. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. But so, it is like hero.
Yeah.
Like he is like actually we say like policia or something like that.
Okay.
Or cherry, I think so. Yeah, something like that.
I don't know this word. Do you think that's a man or a woman?
I think it's a man.
Okay. All right. Do you notice anything different? You can't see it really well, but there's like really long ears.
Yeah, he looked like anime.
Okay, like anime. Okay. I think this is an elf. This is not. So there's dwarves and elves like in fairy tales.
Yeah.
But they're in the Old West. It's my crazy imagination. Okay. I'm going to ask you to explain in Spanish.
Okay. Ok, lo que pasaba era que cuando ellos estaban con el padre sentados, el padre les dijo que ese pueblo era un lugar muy peligroso y que había muchos bandidos, muchas personas que eran malas, que eran ladrones y que cortaban el cuello de las personas. Y él le dijo que no tenían respeto por ninguno, ellos simplemente eran malvados. Entonces ellos pensaron antes de partir de la iglesia donde estaban, pensaron y a los 2 días decidieron partir y comenzar su camino. Los bandidos, los ladrones estaban como afuera mirándolos y chequeando qué era lo que ellos hacían y en eso apareció no nos dice el nombre del personaje, pero yo lo representaría como un hombre, el héroe de la historia, que sería quien los defendería de los ladrones. Él estaba ahí, él les dijo que él les podía dar una garantía de cómo cuidarlos, de que nada les pasaría mientras él los protegiera.
It says they begin to travel, but they're being followed.
Cuando ellos continuaron el viaje, estos dos ladrones los estaban siguiendo. On the way through the forest.
Yep, on the way through the forest.
Stop.
And she stops. I'm not sure. I see her arms. Maybe she's leaning forward. Oh, she's looking at the ground.
Yeah.
What's wrong? The elf finds
a trap.
A trap.
A trap.
A trap, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How you say it in Spanish?
Atraco.
Atraco.
Something like that.
Oh, so there's some kind of wire, some kind of string meant for clueless travelers.
She found that trap very easily. Trap is like trampa, I think, something like that. It is it is trampa.
Okay, so I think this was meant for people to fall into a hole.
Yeah, it is trampa. Yeah.
Okay, she found that trap very easily.
She found that trap very easy.
Good. Yeah, and so he's asking, yeah, and what do you mean? How do we know she didn't set it? You repeat.
How do you know she didn't say it?
How do we know she didn't set it?
She didn't say it.
So she's asking, how do we know she didn't make the trap?
Yeah.
Maybe it's her trap. Maybe she's trying to trap us.
She's a woman now.
Ah, so you think she's a woman?
Yeah, because her say she, like.
Okay. Yeah.
I think she was a woman, and I think it's a man.
Right, and the husband says, "Ma'am, where's your family? Where do you come from?" And then these 3 dots. It just means silence. She doesn't say anything.
She was thinking.
Yeah.